This Steve Jones Show podcast is now loading. The Steve Jones Show podcast is presented by Sunbury Motor Company, Purdy Insurance, and Brewers Outlet. Bringing you an in-depth look at Penn State sports and more. This is the Steve Jones Show on News Radio 1070 WKOK. The Steve Jones Show is presented by Brewers Outlet, Sunbury Motor Company, and Purdy Insurance. Now, from the Sunbury Motor Studio, here's Steve Jones.
And this half hour brought to you by Purdy Insurance, Market Street in Sunbury. Go to purdyinsurance.com. Auto, home, life, business, boat, motorcycle, RV, Medicare products. Got the Medicare open enrollment coming up. Steve Engel's the guy to talk to. They'll make sure you're fully insured. They will make sure they do everything to save you money. It's all at Purdy Insurance, Market Street in Sunbury. Go to purdyinsurance.com. In case anybody's wondering, okay, I know some of you out there do go to the quarterback club. You're like, well, wait a minute. If you're just outside of Boston, what about tomorrow? As soon as I'm done here, I will go over there, probably stay a couple hours, and then I will leave directly. I should be back between 1:30 and 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll be there tomorrow for Quarterback Club. All right. Do we have Doug?
We have Doug.
Hello, Doug. How are you?
I'm doing very well, Steve. First off, and as you said, this is the most important thing. Sorry for the passing of your godmother. I tell you, football, I know a lot of people take it super seriously, but as you pointed out, there are many more important things than just the game of football.
I actually did see her, by the way, in April, and it was complete happenstance, but I did see her and spent about an hour with her. 94, good run. Whether we can say the same about the suit when the time comes, we'll find out.
Well, we hope that doesn't happen anytime soon.
No, we hope it's decades away. But say he gets to 94, will we say he had a good run?
Well, I mean, by then he will probably have attended more Bloomsburg Fair events than any person ever living. So I would think that would be a good run.
Yeah, we'll put that on the stone. All right, so Doug, Bucknell's 1-1. They got the home opener with VMI Saturday at 3:30. They went to Marist, and the balance was impressive. What does Ralph Rucker mean to what this offense can do?
He means everything. By far, he's the best quarterback that I've seen at Bucknell. Now, Bucknell hasn't had a tremendous run of great quarterbacks. Had some interesting quarterbacks, like a converted wide receiver in Darius Wilson, who became a triple option threat quarterback under Tim Landis' tutelage. But other than that, they haven't had a great run. But Ralph is really also one of the better quarterbacks I've seen in the Patriot League now in 25-plus years. He is very, very dynamic, shall we say. So before Bucknell played at Air Force here a couple of weeks ago, Steve, one of the announcers for the Air Force radio team, had asked me, is there anybody you can compare him to? And I said he kind of compares, not saying he is, but kind of at least reminds me of someone like Brett Favre. He steps into the pocket, and he doesn't move much. He can run. He actually ran for a 15-yard touchdown on Saturday, but he is dead set on waiting to the last second. And like Brett Favre, he's a gunslinger, so he will throw it sometimes into coverage, believing in his ability and his receiver's ability to pull it out. But Drew Fulmer is a first-year offensive coordinator for the Bison, and I think, Steve, he really wanted to bring a more balanced offense to the Bison, and I think Bucknell has done that so far in the first couple of games.
T.J. Cadden and Sam Milligan have been two of his top targets. What makes them so dependable for him?
T.J. Cadden runs great routes. I think that's the first thing that you look at with him. He knows where to go, and I think Ralph feels comfortable in where he's going to be, particularly if something starts breaking down. But both he and Nate Anderson can come back to the ball and do a great job in doing that. Cadden actually missed probably half of last year with the knee injury, but he came back. They weren't sure whether he was going to be able to go in that first game at Air Force, but he did go, made a couple of great catches there. And then, of course, last week he exploded. Last year he had returned 3 kicks, 2 punts, and 1 kickoff for touchdowns. And we kind of started nicknaming him, instead of his name, TJ Cadden, TD Cadden, because he was scoring touchdowns, and he actually caught a reception for a touchdown last year at VMI as well. But the guy just can play football. You could see that in day one in practice in his fall camp when he was a freshman, and he's only gotten better.
And Sam Milligan's also chipped in. I think Sam's out of Strathaven. And, he had 5 catches against Marist as well.
He did. And, the interesting thing about Sam, he kind of started coming on towards the latter part of last year. He is the biggest, most physical receiver I think I can recall at Bucknell. When he gets around traffic, he will run over defensive backs. He has such a very strong upper body. And actually in that Marist contest on Saturday, Steve, he jumped in front of a pass that I believe was intended for Cadden over, as we were looking at on the near sideline. He leapt in front of him, grabbed it, and then came across the field and almost scored. He got tackled at the 5 of Marist, but he is just such a physical being out there. And so he, Nate Anderson, TJ Cadden, Josh Gary, Bucknell is very, very blessed to have so many really good receivers.
Tariq Thomas, who's just down the road from where I am now at Springfield Central, was the Patriot League Rookie of the Year last year. Where is he even better this year?
Stronger. He is much stronger. He can really take hits better. He injured his ankle the last few games of last year, played at Holy Cross because he was going back home to Massachusetts. That was the next to last game, played against Colgate too. But you could tell in both of those games he wasn't 100%, but he really worked in the offseason so hard at trying to not only get his upper body stronger, but his lower body as well. And I think that is shown. And Coach Fulmer, Bucknell probably, along with the wide receiver core, the running back core is probably as deep, if not deeper, than the wide receivers. So a local product from Danville, Ty Stauffer, who played his first year at Army West Point, he transferred in the offseason to Bucknell. He got some carries on Saturday against Marist. He's a bruising-type runner. Logan Bush, TJ's younger brother, Michael Cadden. Bucknell has some really good running backs, but Tariq Thomas, I don't know if we'll see him in a Bucknell uniform next year. I hope we do, but you know how things go with the transfer portal and money and so forth. He's a really good running back.
Any concerns that the top 2 tacklers on Saturday were both safeties, in Deuce Jeter and Terrion Williams?
Well, now Deuce, he plays kind of a hybrid, so he can be kind of a linebacker or a safety, even though he's listed as a safety. So he's near the line of scrimmage, no surprise there. Terrion had his best game. He's a transfer from Stanford. He has, if you look up Terrion Williams in terms of social media, he has all of these agreements with big companies. He has his own nonprofit in Atlanta. He was one of the best top 100 players coming out of high school. Played 2 years at Stanford. Once they got rid of Coach Shaw, was looking for a place. Thankfully, Bucknell was where he landed. He'll probably play his 5th year somewhere next year at a big school too. But Terrion is a ball hound. He's probably a little bit better in the run right now than even in the past, but he's very good in pass. So it doesn't necessarily surprise me. But Biagirelli, a freshman out of Lexington, Kentucky, Logan Busen, they both are good in the middle linebacker slots too. What is a little disconcerting is the defensive line. Now, Coach Bowers typically goes with a 3-down line front, so the defensive linemen are basically there to try and tie up blockers so that it frees up the linebackers or the defensive backs, whatever the case may be. That's a little disconcerting. Bucknell's defense is going to have to get better this week against VMI, certainly in 2 weeks against Lehigh and then Richmond down the road as well.
Yeah, that's one of the suit's big problems. Every agreement he has is with a nonprofit. The freshman Logan Busson was able to get a pick in the game at linebacker. What does he mean for the future?
Oh, I think, hopefully he sticks around. You just never know, again, with the transfer portal. For instance, Bucknell would have had a junior coming back, Gavin Willis, who's also from Kentucky. He's from Louisville, but he chose to transfer to Charlotte and is playing down with the 49ers there in the University of Charlotte. But Logan kind of, at least according to our defensive coordinator, Chris Bowers, Logan kind of reminds him of Gavin Willis and even Brandon Biagirelli, who was a freshman last year, big, strong middle linebacker, having another great start in the first two games of his sophomore year. He thinks that Logan reminds him of both of those guys and the trajectory that both of those guys had. So I'm expecting that, if he sticks around, I hate always saying that, but in this day and age, you almost have to. He could be a really, really good defensive player for the Bison for his career.
VMI took the money from Navy, lost, then gave back some of the money, gave it to Ferrum, and won. So, in other words, do you have any idea how good they are?
I know one thing. Colin Shannon, the quarterback, is really good. He is a redshirt junior out of Sevierville, Tennessee, near Dollywood, if you will, in the Smoky Mountains and Pigeon Forge, et cetera. He has really threw well against the Naval Academy, and also threw very well against Ferrum last week, over 200 yards passing. So he's going to be a very difficult person to handle. Last year, VMI had a really good running back in Hunter Rice. He kind of got things going in the second quarter, played the last three quarters, and kind of put Bucknell on its heels, even though the Bison won down in Lexington, Virginia, by 7. But Shannon got hurt in that game, and he didn't get to play the rest of the year. So I'm sure he has a thing or two out for Bucknell. He will be very difficult to handle. Owen Sweeney is one of his really good receivers, but also Noah Grievous has done a really good job for them. They do have a good running back in Aslan Scheit, but we'll have to see how the offense performs, because they did lose a number of folks, including that really good running back from last year, Hunter Rice.
It'll be 3:30 on Saturday. I'm sure you're looking forward to getting back home. And you and Charlie Fisher will be on the TV side of it, and the radio side will be handled by...
What's that guy's name?
Oh, God. I know. He wears a jacket and tie now. Yeah.
Hey, I did want to mention, though, too, Steve, Saturday is Military and First Responders Appreciation Day.
Oh, nice.
Sponsored by Belfort Property Restoration. But there are free tickets abounding for those folks who are first responders, or those folks who have been able to be a part of our military here and give us the freedoms that we all enjoy. So we do want to welcome them. And, of course, the Virginia Military Institute is a great school to be able to have on that day. And I also want to mention, I am so honored to be sandwiched between two stalwart legends like Merrill Reese and Matt Petrillo. I mean, you can't get better than that. Crickets.
Are you out of your mind?
Good point.
I mean, really. I was one thing you said, it's great to be on the same show with Merrill Reese. But my goodness. I mean, it's like going over to having one slice of bread that's from Panera and the other one's Wonder Bread.
Good analogy. I like that.
Okay. There's your sandwich. Doug, always a pleasure. Appreciate it, buddy.
Hey, thank you very much. You take care and have a safe drive back to Pennsylvania.
Well, thanks. I mean, Todd, did you fall out of your chair over that one?
I didn't fall out of my chair. I knew you were going to go silent.
What do you say about that? I mean, come on. Jeez.
Two future Hall of Famers.
Yeah, well, I mean, technically I am. It's technicality. It's Enfield and Center County. I got two of them, but yeah. Yeah. What Hall of Fame would Matt go into? Does District 4 have one?
Slippery Rock alumni? I don't know.
Oh, boy.
I didn't know I had to back up my joke with evidence. I wasn't prepared for that.
On this show, buddy, you better be prepared. If you're going to make bold statements, I want to hear some support. All right. We'll come back more in a moment. Brought to you by Purdy Insurance here on News Radio 1070 WKOK.
A lot has changed since 1915 when the Mertz family began selling cars here in Central PA at Sunbury Motor Company. But one thing that hasn't changed is the Sunbury Motor Company's commitment to satisfying more customers, selling more cars, and providing you with a tradition of trust. Whether you visit Sunbury Motors Ford, Sunbury Motors Hyundai, or Sunbury Motors Kia, you know you're getting the area's best selection and best prices on both new and pre-owned vehicles. SMC's values of hard work and dedication are as prevalent today as they were over 100 years ago. They take pride in satisfying Central Pennsylvania's automotive needs and providing their customers with the best buying experience possible. Come visit Sunbury Motors Ford and Sunbury Motors Hyundai in the North 4th Street Auto Plaza, Sunbury, or Sunbury Motors Kia on the Strip in Hummel's Wharf. Sunbury Motor Company, owned and operated by the Mertz family since 1915.
Hi, this is Season. For over 100 years, the Purdy Insurance Agency has been protecting families and businesses of the greater Susquehanna Valley and beyond. With the experience of our trained and knowledgeable staff, you can rest assured that your needs will be evaluated and met by some of the industry's best representatives. No matter what your insurance needs are, call Purdy Insurance today at 570-286-5855. Visit our website at purdyinsurance.com or check us out on Facebook to see what we can do for you.